All right, so what's up, guys? So, as you can see in the thumbnail, crazy ass story with Tim Sykes. So, before I get into that, I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. I want to talk about a couple of house cleaning things first. So, number one is I'm actually in Miami right now. I was planning on leaving on Sunday. I came to Miami to help my little brother move because he's kind of staying here full time now. He's staying here because of the weather, the tax savings, and everything. And I said, you know what? I've been cooped up in New Jersey for 9 months. Let me at least come and try to help him. So I came here and I've been staying since. I have no return flight. I was supposed to leave like a week ago, and I'm still here, and I have no idea when I'm going to leave. I'm having way too much fun here. I went to Best Buy. I bought a $1,500 computer. I bought the cheapest thing they had. I've already made it back 20x, so I'm kind of chilling out here. This is kind of the view I'm looking at right now, chilling by the pool, just hanging out. So Bao is actually coming into town, right? Bao is actually coming into town on Thursday. So we said, well, me and Bao are both in town, and Florida is just starting to open up. Why don't we throw a meetup, right? So MIC is kind of the pioneers of trader meetups. When we first started MIC, our goal was to kind of unite traders. Our goal was to kind of bring traders together. Bao and I have been trading for a very long time, and no one really understands what trading is, right? No one really gets, everyone thinks it's gambling. It's hard to kind of talk about it. It's hard to kind of be passionate about it when no one really understands it. So, when we started MIC, we wanted a way to bring traders together. We wanted a way to kind of unite the lonely traders. So when MIC first started, we threw a meetup all around the world: Hawaii, London, Paris, California, Florida, everything. We threw a meetup in a different state almost every other month, right? So because of the pandemic, we haven't really had the opportunity to throw another meetup. So while Bao and I are both in Miami, we say, you know what, fuck it, let's throw a meetup. So this Saturday, I think it's October 11th, just to confirm, we're throwing a meetup in Miami. So the details are as follows, and we are going to post the link and the registration for everyone too. So Bao and Tosh, if you guys are in here now, post the registration link, and I will have it in the description after the video is posted, because right now it's a live video. So the information is as follows, guys. The meetup is on Saturday, October 10th at 1 p.m. at Sugar Rooftop. Sugar Rooftop is at the East Hotel in Miami, okay? So we are going to have a meetup there. It's going to be very casual, no presentations, nothing. It's just a way to kind of meet and greet and hang out with a bunch of traders, hang out with myself, hang out with Bao. Um, no registration fee. It's going to be 100% free. There's going to be no timeshare selling or nothing like that. But here's the thing, guys. Because of the pandemic, there's going to be limited availability, guys. So although we know that there's going to be a large demand of people that want to come, I just want to kind of let you guys know ahead of time that due to the venue's restrictions, not everyone will be able to get in. So I just want to kind of throw that caveat in there as well. Again, it's a free meetup. It's probably first come, first serve. We have a registration link, and you will only be allowed if you complete that registration link. Bao is going to tweet it out. I'm going to have it in the description, and then you guys could have access to it. So again, this is open up to non-members and members. If you're in Miami, if you're in the area, it's Sugar Rooftop on Saturday at 1 p.m. So we'll see you guys there. Hopefully this is the start of many meetups to come. And that's basically it, guys, in terms of the meetup. So I'm excited. I haven't seen Bao in over a year, and he's flying in a couple days. I haven't seen a bunch of people on the team, so it's really nice to put a face to the names that we are seeing. So again, please complete the registration link to reserve your spot. And again, we cannot guarantee entry for everyone due to capacity restrictions because of COVID. So everyone, please bring your mask. Everyone, please stay safe. And that's it. So now let's talk about trade recaps, and then we will talk about Tim Sykes. So, the way that I explain trading to a lot of people is that I never really know what to expect when I wake up. Every single day that I wake up, there's a different stock moving, there's a different stock happening. Every single day, it's almost like a new challenge that presents itself, right? So this morning we had a flurry of stocks, right? We had like 5 or 6 stocks moving, and that identifies as a hot market. So about a month ago, we had a very slow market. About a month ago, we didn't really have too many opportunities out there. So we had maybe 1 or 2 stocks that were moving. And what happens is in a slow market, a lot of people bleed out their accounts, right? A lot of people, they start trading random things. A lot of people start all the money that they made in a hot market, they start to lose it in a slow market. So what I personally do in a slow market is I size down and I try to be a little bit more patient with my setups, right? So that was happening all of beginning of September-ish, right? So end of August, beginning of September, the market was dead. A lot of these experts, a lot of these gurus, they lost hundreds of thousands of dollars just trading random shit all day. Whereas we stayed patient, we waited, and when the market picked back up, we started attacking. So what lit up the market again, guys, if you don't know, was a short squeeze. It was SPI. So SPI was a stock that went from like 1 to 40. And anytime we have a stock like that, it usually lights up the market for the next couple of weeks, right? So I was in Miami and I couldn't really take it anymore. I didn't want to trade on my phone. I didn't want to trade on my laptop. So I went to Best Buy, I bought a computer, and I started getting into it. So the point I'm trying to make is whenever a stock like SPI happens, for the next couple of weeks, we have a lot of sympathy plays. Everyone likes to buy up these sympathy plays and treat them like the main stock. Everyone thinks that it's going to be the next runner. Everyone thinks that it's going to be the next big play. It's going to be the next SPI, this and that. And oftentimes that creates amazing opportunities for us because it's usually dumb money chasing these stocks, right? So today was the start of the week, and we had a ton of dumb stocks moving, right? So CRVS was the top one today. So if you look at the start of CRVS, guys, if you look at it pre-market, you can see that the stock ramped up on air, right? Ramped up on air and started to continue higher. What we did ahead of time on CRVS is we looked at the filings, right? So every single morning, Bao and I look at the filings on the stocks that we are looking for. The reason why we look at the filings on these stocks, guys, is because we want to see how much of an edge we could have, right? Trading is like painting a picture, right? We use context clues and we use information to be able to predict the trend or see what's going to happen, right? So on CRVS, if you guys know or if you guys looked at the filings, you can see that there was a $50 million ATM offering on there, guys. So if you don't know what an ATM is, we have a free fundamental analysis series. So if you are an MIC member, you have access to a course that teaches you how to read SEC filings included in your membership. But just as a quick reminder and a quick refresher, guys, ATM offering means that they can sell shares at the market. Okay, so that means that they could dilute shares at the market. So when you have a stock that has an ATM offering, usually what these pumpers are trying to do is they try to pump it up pre-market on low volume so that they could dump it at open when the volume comes in. So on CRVS this morning, we saw that it was trending up pre-market, and as we started to get closer to the open, we started to go lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. So my plan on that stock was very simple. So I think on the chart, VWAP was at $5.80, right? So in the morning, my plan was to use the whole and $half marks as my guide of entries, right? So if the VWAP is at 580, I am looking to short it towards 580 in the morning. But because 550 was kind of the $half mark in the morning, I took a starter there. So on CRVS, I shorted 550, I covered at 520. Bounced again to 550, covered at 520. So it never really got to my 580 line. So instead, I used less size, right? If it didn't get to my ideal entry, I should not be using size. So because it didn't go to my ideal entry and only went to the $half mark, I used a little bit less size on that setup. So in my trading, guys, I used whole and $half marks, i.e. 50 cents or like 550 or $6, right? Or I use VWAP as my guide. So this morning, while everyone was focused on GNRQ, was it GNRQ or GRNQ, one of those stocks, while everyone was focused on that stock, I was focused on CRVS. The reason why I was focused on CRVS is because there's another phenomena that happens in the market. A lot of traders are only interested in the hot stocks of the day, right? So if GNRQ is the hot stock of the day and it's moving up and up and up and up, people that were longing CRVS were like, fuck this, I'm getting out of it. I only want to be involved in the hot stock of the day. So to me, what ends up happening is money flows out of CRVS and into GNRQ. When money flows out of CRVS, that is when I am interested in the stock, right? So as soon as it becomes less attractive, as soon as it turns from the hot chick to the side chick, that's when I am interested in that stock, guys. So in the morning, all I'm doing is waiting pre-market. I am looking for these stocks to top out. I am waiting for them to top out. I am waiting for them to show me their trend. And then at the open, I am piggybacking their trend. The way the stock market works is weak stocks tend to stay weak and strong stocks tend to stay strong. So if a weak stock is trending lower and lower and lower, if it bounces, chances are that bounce is going to fail, and that is where my bet is coming in, right? I am betting. My trade thesis is betting that CRVS is going to continue lower as attention is moving to other stocks on the day, right? So that's kind of where most of my gains came from this morning is CRVS. I also had a trade on GNRQ, guys. Volume is fluctuating. Maybe I'll move a little bit. So I also had a trade on GNRQ today, guys. And the reason or what happened on that trade is this. So GNRQ was actually pumped in the morning, right? So there is a notorious chat room pumper that loves to pump stocks pre-market, right? So as soon as they get on at 9 a.m., they just start closing their eyes and they start buying. So while that was happening, right? While that was happening is when money flowed out of CRVS. So when this pumper showed up and started pumping GNRQ, money flowed out of CRVS, and that's where I started to focus on CRVS. But because GNRQ was a chat room pump, it also had my attention. The reason why I did not attack it yet is because I am waiting, guys, for these stocks to break down first, right? So while CRVS is broken, that's where my focus is. While GNRQ is continuing higher and higher and higher, I am keeping it on my side radar and waiting for it to kind of break down. And as soon as it breaks down, like CRVS, I will be attacking that too. So today, what ended up happening is this chat room pumper said that GNRQ is going to $3. Everyone buy it at 250, 260, 270, 280, 290. GRNQ, sorry, not GNRQ, GRNQ, sorry. So pull up that chart if you are not seeing it. Sorry, I'm kind of messed up the ticker. But point is that if you pull up that chart pre-market, you can see that it had a rush of volume coming in, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300, right? And the reason why is because this pumper said that it's going to the moon, right? It's going to the moon. So what I am looking for is after these pumpers exit the stock, after only the sheep, the dumb money, the uneducated money following the pumps, following the alerts is stuck in there. As soon as they buy at 280, as soon as they buy at 290 and the stock is at 250, 240, they're stuck and they're dead. That means that if the stock bounces, I am looking to short it. So what ended up happening is GNRQ towards the open, it started to go down, right? It started to go down and then it tanked, right? So I posted to the guys in the room that what I am looking for is I am looking for the stock to go under 220, right? As soon as the stock goes under 220, that to me is broken, and I want to short a bounce. So if you look at the very early moments of GRNQ, right? If you look at the very early moments of it, you can see that at the open, the stock pushed up to 270, resistance, tanked to 220, and bounced to the 250 $half mark. So again, notice the same strategy that I'm using on CRVS, the whole and $half marks and VWAP, I'm using that on GRNQ as well, guys. So as GRNQ broke the support, right? Broke the support at 220 and bounced to the 250 $half mark, that is where I took my short towards 250. I took it in the 240s a little bit early. And then as the stock kind of went back down under 2, I covered out and I was out of it for the day. Now, by 10:30, the stock has rebounded. The stock has continued higher. So notice how the MIC process tells us to nail and bail. The stock was SSR, so we did not overstay. As 10:30 approached, we were already out of it, right? So the MIC process this morning paid out $7,000 on CRVS and GRNQ today, guys. So the point that I'm trying to make is we actually focused on the broken stocks to short rather than looking for the hot stocks. I know there was a notorious chat room guru today that got his ass squeezed on WWR. And to me, I don't understand why people would be shorting WWR, especially if it was a daily chart breakout. So if you look at the daily chart on WWR, you could see that it is a daily chart breakout. I have a rule. Do not short daily chart breakouts and do not short 52-week highs, guys. Sorry, just catching up on some questions here. So that was kind of my trading day today. I posted my charts for the members. I posted my execution for the members. All I did today was focus on the CRVS broken stock on bounces towards the $0.5 mark, and GRNQ. As soon as the pumpers exited the stock and it bounced, I was all over that motherfucker. So I'm doing really well so far since I've been in Miami for about 6 trading days. I'm up about $30,000, which is great. Pays for everything plus more, but I actually wanted to talk about something else before I get into the Tim Sykes story, which I really want to talk about too. Is, for the longest time, guys, and this is just me opening up, I felt very guilty about having the ability to, trade for an hour a day and make $1 million on the year, right? So for those that are just tuning in and maybe this is your first time seeing it, the MIC strategy and the MIC process that we use is only from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., right? We also have something called reversal times after 2 p.m. I don't personally trade that. Bow trades reversal times. But my strategy, what I do is I focus from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And, I trade for 1 hour a day. And today I made $7,000. Overall on the year, I'm up about $1 million, a little bit more than $1 million after fees. And for the longest time, that kind of made me feel guilty because I have so many friends and so much family that work from 9 to 6 and make fucking a fraction of the money I make, right? And it made me upset for the longest time because I felt like, why am I the one that is so lucky? Why am I so blessed to be doing this? And, after really thinking about it and after really reflecting about it in Miami, I realized that, the reason why people get into trading is to have that freedom, is to have the freedom to trade for 1 hour a day and make your money. For me, the reason why I got into trading is because I had a passion for it. I really loved it. It made me happy, right? It was something that brought me true happiness. I was never thinking about the financial freedom that it could bring me. That was just a byproduct of everything else, guys. So being in Miami and, taking a plane on a whim, coming and going to Best Buy and buying a computer, staying in a luxury apartment, penthouse apartment for a month, and really not hurting my pocket because of it, made me realize that, I should not be feeling guilty about all this stuff, right? I should not be feeling guilty. All I should be feeling is proud of the work that I accomplished. I should be proud that, I worked so hard for 6 years and now I have the ability to work for 1 hour a day and make $1 million a year, guys. So this trip was really good for me mentally because it kind of showed me that all my hard work for 6 years, all the passion that I've had for 6 years actually finally paid off, guys. It finally paid off. And I was so busy focusing on the process so much that I forgot that the reason why people get into trading is for the financial freedom of literally working an hour a day, right? So for me, guys, I feel so blessed and I feel so lucky that I could literally be staying here, having a view like this, trading upstairs, making $7,000 and coming down to the pool and just hanging out for the rest of the day, guys. So what I'm trying to say is I used to work at Starbucks. And if I'm able to do it, you guys are able to do it too. The problem is that people are impatient. They want to make $1 million their first year. They want to make $1 million their second year. When I first started trading, year 1, I lost money. Year 2, I broke even. Year 3 is when I started making money. And here I am, year 6, making $1 million in 1 hour, guys. So the point that I'm trying to make is if you fall in love with the process, if you fall in love with trading, the profits are going to be a byproduct of it. For the longest time, my goal was not to make fucking millions of dollars. My goal was just to trade well. And now, as a byproduct of the process, not only am I making $1 million, I'm also working for 1 hour a day and making more money than the most fucking powerful lawyers and CEOs and doctors in the world, guys, with less stress, fucking, and enjoying a view, right? I'm very lucky, guys. I am very, very lucky. So that's kind of something that I want to get off my chest is, I've been feeling guilty for a very long time. But now I am feeling very blessed and I am feeling very grateful. And I feel like all my hard work is finally paying off. So If I can do it, guys, you can too. So last part of the story is, am I moving to Miami with Tim Sykes? So, so funny story. I'm actually in Miami right now, and I met up with Tim for dinner, right? And I've never met Tim Sykes in my life before. We have a mutual friend, and that mutual friend connected us together. So me and Tim went out to eat Asian food. So if you know anything about me, I don't like Asian food, but Tim is obsessed with sushi, and we went to this Asian place, and when I'm telling you, this guy orders like a fucking king. This guy orders like a fucking king. He ordered everything on the menu, 3 to 5 orders of every single thing on the menu, right? And I've never seen someone order like that shit before, and it was just an awesome experience. So it's actually funny because when I first started trading, I heard about Tim Sykes from everywhere, right? He's the best marketer in the world when it comes to this stuff. And, you know, I always thought that he was kind of like a douchebag, asshole type of guy. And then I met him in person. I realized that that's just an online persona. That's just an online personality. That's not who he is in reality. In reality, he's actually very similar to Bao in terms of he says whatever the fuck is on his mind. He doesn't care if he hurts your feelings. He doesn't care what you have to think. If he just is the most transparent guy out there. Now, I'm not going to talk about his trading. I'm not going to talk about anything like that. I don't really care about any of that stuff. I'm just talking about him, the person. So we had dinner. Dinner was great. It was a $2,000 bill that I picked up. Go figure. But it was just fun, kind of networking and meeting with other traders. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Bao was actually one of Tim Sykes' mentors in the very early days. So Bao was kind of in the OTC world, and Tim Sykes was in the OTC world, and they've kind of connected and they've stayed in touch. So this was my first time meeting Tim, and it was just very interesting to kind of attach a face to the online persona that is out there. Now, to ask if I am moving to Miami, the answer is, I don't know. The answer is probably not. The reason why it's probably not is because of this. Miami, as great and as beautiful and as everything it is, for me, there's too much temptations to have fun. If I really wanted, I could go party. If I could do this, I could do that. And it becomes very dangerous. It becomes a very dangerous lifestyle out here. So what I've realized is, as much as I love this place here, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm thinking of buying an investment property here, right? I'm thinking of using some of that $1 million in profits to buy an investment property here. And also, whenever I feel burnt out from trading, whenever I feel burnt out from work, my plan is to take a 2-hour flight from New Jersey to Miami and stay with my brother. So I've kind of now used Miami as a vacation spot. If I stay here long term and if I stay here forever, I know that the energy and the fun and the excitement of it is going to dissipate. So if I create some distance and if I kind of come here only to have fun and not stay here full time, I think it's going to lead to a lot more happiness for me. So my plan, guys, is to leave Miami after the meetup and then probably spend winters in Miami and summers in New Jersey. So summers in New Jersey with my friends and winters in Miami with my brother and Tim Sykes. So trading has kind of given me so many opportunities, right? I never thought in my wildest dreams I would be in a fucking penthouse hotel. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be meeting Tim Sykes for dinner. I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd have the means to go to Best Buy and buy a computer on a whim. So trading has kind of really changed my life, guys. And it's changed my life after 6 years of working hard. So if you want to make more money than a lawyer, if you want to make more money than a doctor, if you want to make more money than a lawyer and a doctor combined, you know what you have to do? You have to join MIC, you have to put in the work, and you have to realize that this journey is not going to happen in 1 month. This journey might not happen in 1 year, but for me, I sacrificed 6 years of my life to live the next 60 however the fuck way I want it, guys. So please remember that a doctor had to go to medical school for 8 years. You as a trader have to go to trading school. You have to go to the Harvard of trading school, which is MIC, guys. So please put in the work, and that's it. So do you guys have any questions for me? I know this was kind of like a longer video. I know I want to keep these short and sweet, but I had a lot of stuff to kind of get off my chest today, guys. And again, guys, like I mentioned, I am using those profits from this year to set myself up for next year, right? Let's say I have $1 million in profits. Let's say out of that million, I want to use 400,000 of it to buy a condo here. Well, the goal is going to be spend that 400,000 and then maybe in 2 or 3 years sell it for 500. And that way now I am setting myself up outside of trading as well. So Bao was asking me to talk about the watch list, guys. So let me actually talk about the watch list, and then I'm going to end this. So if you guys don't know this, I post a daily watch list every single day for the members. So I guide members on my exact plan that I am looking for. So what differentiates MIC from everyone else is we don't have any email alerts. We don't have any text message alerts. We don't have any screen share alerts. We don't pump and dump stocks. We don't hide stocks in our IRA and find them later. What we do, guys, is we pre-plan every single one of our trades before the market opens. And if the stocks follow our plan, we guide you and we give you that exact plan. The exact watch list that I am using and posting in the morning is the exact thing that I am using to trade today, guys. So the lesson that I want to show you guys is that I wake up early in the morning and I do all of the hard work so that you guys don't have to. So I am the guy that wakes up at 6 a.m., does all the work, plots all the lines, does every single thing for you so that it is less work for you. Now, a lot of people, what they do is they wake up at 9:30 or 9:20 in the morning and they trade just off the watch list. What smarter people do is they show up at 8 a.m., they make their own watch list, and they compare it to my watch list. So this year, guys, using that watch list that I posted, I made $1 million on the year, and a lot of other members are cleaning up too, guys. So please use the resources that we have to offer at MIC. Remember that if you are struggling in the market, we have a hotline for you. So again, if you are struggling in the market or you're doing well, or maybe you have any questions about MIC, you can text us at 213-458-5997. Also, one last thing before I end, guys. One last thing before I end is on these YouTube videos, what I've been doing lately is I've been taking people that comment one lesson that they learned from this video, and I'm giving them free memberships to MIC for a month. So comment on this video one lesson that you learned from this video, and I will pick a winner to win a free month of MIC. If you already have a month of MIC, or if you are already a member of MIC and you win, I'll send you some MIC swag. Maybe I'll get you the accelerator. We'll find something for you. So please, guys, leave one comment that you learned, one lesson that you learned from this video, and I will pick someone to win a free month of MIC. So thank you guys for attending, and I will see you guys back in the room.